can only say amen to everything you're saying, but also to, again, enlist people that this would be a terrible crisis to waste, as the old saying goes.
Hello again, my fellow Americans. I'm glad to see we are coming together to take our country back from these liars, thieves, and bullies. I've always wondered what people think when they see one of our leaders lie bold-facedly, get caught red-handed, and then not take responsibility. Would you take this from your children, your friends, or would you call them out, set them straight? I do want to make something clear about me. I do not have a college degree. I have not been very involved in politics, but I do love my country and what we stand for. It is very hard for me to believe the same about some of our so-called leaders. Unfortunately, it has taken this unprecedented crisis to make me get involved.
So there's clear evidence on the issue of collusion, and this adds to that body of evidence. There's ample evidence of collusion in plain sight, and that is true.
Have Democrats found any evidence of collusion?
Yes, we have. You can see evidence in plain sight on the issue of collusion, pretty compelling evidence. And there is significant evidence of collusion. There is ample evidence, and indeed there is, of collusion of people in the Trump campaign with the Russians. I think there's plenty of evidence of collusion or conspiracy. All of this is evidence of collusion. There is significant evidence of collusion between the campaign and Russia.
I've always thought I would take the red pill if given the choice, but I now realize I have been taking the blue pill for far too long. One of the things that scared me most when this corona event hit our society was the restriction to our freedom of religion. I will admit I am not a religious person myself, but I do understand the power and necessity of religion. I was sure there would be a lot of pushback all over the country over the restriction to worship, one of our fundamental, unalienable rights. But there was not. What really got me concerned was after talking to a close relative that has been a religious leader for most of his life. Even he thought it was all in our best interest. He told me, just do what the old man Fauci says.
There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. Wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is. What people don't fully appreciate is that putting a mask on yourself is more to prevent you from infecting someone else. I wear it for the reason that I believe it is effective. I want to protect myself and protect others, and also because I want to make it be a symbol for people to see.
I was shocked. Then I talked to some other family members, and I asked them what they thought about churchgoers getting ticketed while observing service in a safe manner.
So even though the governor said twice today that you can't stop in the parking lot church services, y'all still going to try to stop it? I'm not aware of this.
And business owners just trying to stay afloat in all this chaos, going to jail and being told to bow down and ask for forgiveness. And they said they had not heard of any of this. Again, I was surprised. So I will ask you the same I asked them. Do not take my word for it. Look into it. Ask questions. Because that is exactly what these corrupt leaders do not want us to do. The more facts and truth we know, the weaker their hold on us becomes. I know it seems like they are trying to help, and some of them are. But where do you think this free money for all the bailouts is coming from? Hint. It is not free. Our children's grandkids will be paying for our inability to act responsibly. Who do you think is going to bail us out of all this debt? The first chance they get? China, of course. So basically our politicians are selling us piece by piece to China. But if you think this is something new, then you, like I, have been taking the blue pill for far too long. I've always said, if you did not get off your lazy ass to vote, then I do not want to hear you complaining about the results. Well, now, that is not even enough. With all the ways to stay connected these days, I feel like we are the least connected we have ever been as a country. I know that if we do not make a difference right now and take our country back, we will all be complaining how they took it out right from under us. But did they really? Or did we let them? In the name of being more safe, we are letting them take our freedom and our country. They don't even try to be sneaky about it anymore. They flaunt it in our face and laugh at us.
Probably wouldn't have done or maybe gotten away with in a more organized investigation, a more organized administration. I thought it's early enough. Let's just send a couple guys over. And so we placed a call to Flynn, said, hey, we're sending a couple guys over.
First of all, is it true that when you were having the test administered, you inhaled and the doctor's finger went all the way up your nose and got stuck and had to be released with a tool? Is that true? Is it true that this was the swab that the nurse was actually using on you, and that at first it went into your nose and disappeared, so that in scale, this was the actual swab that was being used to fit up that double-barrel shotgun that you have mounted on the front of your pretty face?
See, I said I was going to be nice and sweet.
I just want a yes, no.
And
was it
trying,
this?
I was trying.
Or was it this?
Very hard. Look.
Which was it?
You know.
Please, if you like what I have to say, ask somebody you know to watch, so we can start to do better. Again, thank you for watching this video, but that is not enough. We must start organizing events to let our leaders know we are listening and we do care. I know it is easy to sit back and say, well, that really does not affect me. But the problem with that is, by the time it does affect our life, it is too late. Ask Michael Flynn.
It had anything to do with him being prosecuted. Okay. I'm sorry. I was aware that they asked for an investigation, but that's all I know about it, and I don't think anything else.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
I'm actually excited by this opportunity. I'm very well aware that we are not yet through this economic crisis, but you know, we have the chief of staff for President Obama is an old friend of mine and my husband's, and was in the White House when Bill was there, and he said, you know, never waste a good crisis. And when it comes to the economic crisis, don't waste it